This is Waldo from Waldo's Code Lab, and today I'm going to take you from zero, absolute zero, to building your very first website. And we're gonna start completely from scratch. Like if you've never coded in your life, perfect. Let's go. So let's see what's here on my screen. Well, on my screen, I have Visual Studio Code, which is, you know, if not the most important, is one of the most important tools that you're going to be needing uh, to write your website. So we're going to be using Visual Studio Code. It's free, it's lightweight, and it's used by millions of developers. So to download it, you're going to go to your browser and you're going to go to code.visualstudio.com, and it immediately is going to show you the best way to download it. If you have Mac, okay. If you have Windows, okay. It'll download for you, no problem. You're going to click on download. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I guess you can download it. Uh, it's going to show in your downloads, and once it's downloaded, you're going to be able to click on it, install, follow the steps, and finally, you're going to have this, what I'm looking at right here. So if your VS Code looks dark, that's normal. If you want it light and colorful, you can always change that theme later. But I like it dark personally because I look at the screen pretty much all day. First of all, let's organize your website files. So on your desktop or anywhere really, let's create a new folder. Let's call it my first website. Bear in mind, I'm not giving you like extremely detailed, oh, you gotta put this in a certain folder in a certain structure. No, I'm just giving you the basic because you know nothing. If you know more, then you should not be watching this video. So you have the my first website folder. Inside this folder right here that is empty, we're gonna keep every file that belongs to your project. Okay, just like a real developer does. Now we're gonna open this folder in Visual Studio Code. That's easy. You go back, you find your folder, right click, and at least in Windows 11, you're gonna have to click and show more options and open with code, open with code. You have already opened the folder right here. Click on, if you're on your personal computer that you always use, um, trust the authors, okay? All right, so you have opened your first website on Visual Studio. Congratulations, that's awesome. VS Code, the left sidebar will be empty. You can see it's completely empty. That's good. It means you haven't done anything. Now, let's get started. A basic website. Right here on the left side, you have different options: new file, new folder, refresh Explorer. And let's go ahead and create our first file. So we're gonna call it index.html. That's always do that. Always have an index in your website. If it's especially if it's basic like this, that's where you're gonna see everything. Now, Visual Studio, the good thing is you can just use whatever language you want: JavaScript, use plain HTML, TypeScript, etc. Right now we're using HTML. Um, and on the right side, right here, we're going to be writing our website. Now here on the right, you can see I didn't do anything manually. It automatically added on the first website folder, added the index.html. That's awesome. That's a good thing. It immediately creates it. No? Okay. So we want to create our first website. Let's say that we want to create your uh, personal website. Now introduce yourself. The first thing you're gonna do, and this is something that you can, there's little things called extensions that do this automatically, but always in the index.html, you're gonna start with the doc type HTML. No? And you're gonna open with HTML. The cool thing, it already gives you the opening tag and the closing tag. That's awesome. Now, every HTML page is structured uh, differently, but all of them should have a head. The head is what you're gonna see in the tab, and let me show you here. You see here where it says Visual Studio Code, the open source AI code editor. Um, that's the head. Now, let's see our changes live. And to do that, we go here where the index HTML is, and you're gonna copy the path. Okay, there's nothing right here right now because it's empty. We haven't done anything. Okay, so let's write our head. There's something important before I forget, something called indentation, which is this line that you see here. It's pretty much in HTML to organize it so that it looks beautiful. Everything looks in line. There's languages like Python where this is extremely important. You cannot ignore it. But in HTML, it's not extremely. It is important for you to stay organized, yes, but it is not like life or death. So in the head, to have the name like the Visual Studio Code, the open source, this one right here that we just saw, we need a tag called title. And here you're gonna write the title of your page. So let's call it my first website. You're gonna save the page, Control S or Control G if it's in Spanish. And we update here in the browser, and you can see my first website. That's the title. In the head, there's other things that later we are gonna learn about SEO. You're gonna learn how to write meta descriptions, which are good for Google to find your website and show it to the right people. Now, inside HTML, we have the body. The body is essentially what the users or what the visitors are gonna see. Now, inside the body, there's different tags. I'm gonna show you. We have headers. The header is a title or a header, like the word says it itself. So let's say our header is Hello World. If we save and update this here, you're gonna see that's our header, Hello World. If we add a paragraph, which is the tag P, it's gonna give us our paragraph, like this is my first website ever built with Waldo. You save it, and when you refresh, you're gonna see the text right there. So you can see your creation. Nothing fancy because we're barely learning how to do this. That's it. You got your first plain HTML page. Maybe it is a little boring. To me, it is, to be honest, to be explaining this because it's really basic. But when I first was learning it, I felt pretty excited. So I hope you do. There's other things, other tags, like I said, and I kind of paused because there's so many that you can use, like UL, which is basically going to give us or help us create a list. This tag basically says, hey, whatever is under here, do it as a list with bullet points. So inside the UL. We're gonna put LI, which means list item, and let's say we're gonna put a few sections called about me, projects. What else can we put? Let's see, contact, like to contact me. No, you save it and look how it's gonna show up with bullet points. This is good tag, when you wanna point certain specific things. Now, let's say you want to add an image to your website. For image is img. And it doesn't have a closing tag, that's important to know. But you do have to write the source of this image. Images have an out, which is an alternative or an alternate description for those people who cannot see. Sometimes they have these text to speech devices or just the one that every phone has, and it will read to them what the image says. Let's say that we want to find an image online, right? We don't want to break copyright, but it's just something local. We're not selling anything. Let's say I want to put a picture of cute cats. There's a cute cat right here. Just for test. It's just for testing. Don't do this in a live one. In a live one, use your own bought pictures. But you can right click and there's an option to open the image in a new tab. That's for me, that's the easiest because I can actually see. Let's see if they have them. Oh, it's protected. Okay, that's good. Let's say this one. You open the image in a new tab. When it ends in JPG, you can actually attach it to anywhere, which is actually a safety problem, but okay. We're not looking at that right now. This is the source of my image. And as an out or alternate description, we're going to write image of two cute black cats. Probably AI generated. Okay, so let's save this. Let's go to our website and refresh. And there you can see the huge image. It's huge because we have not wrote anything to control the sizing. But you understand what I'm trying to do. For right now, let's see if we can find a smaller one because it's kind of annoying. Um, let's find some tools. Size, medium. A medium sized one. Let's do this one. So what I'm doing is basically just replacing this. My God. Save. Let's do this again. And there's a picture of the cat. All I did was replace the URL. I didn't do anything crazy. So there you have it. You have the image of a cat. Now, what else can we do? Let's a link. Let's do link. For example, let's say that under contact, you want to add a paragraph. No, in this paragraph, we're gonna write, "You can reach me by visiting this website." You can put a link inside that paragraph, or you can just put a link directly, um, separately. Separately. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's say that I want people to click on this word, this website. First, let me show you what we're looking at. We're looking at this. Let's say that I want people to click on this website, this these words, so that they go to I don't know, your Instagram or whatever it is. No. Um, A is the tag for links, like this. These words, you're gonna put them inside the tags. All right. Right now, it's not gonna show anything because I don't have a link. So inside the tag, uh, we're gonna use href. Inside the href, you're gonna put the link to where you want the user to go. I'm just gonna do Google and save it. When you refresh, you're gonna see here on the right that now has a link. And down here, it shows us going to google.com. If you click on it, it should go to google.com. You have a link. Perfect. Now, let's add a button. All websites have buttons. So let's add a button here that says, click me. And here you have it. A very basic button that says, click me. If you want um, the button to take you to Google, there's two ways to do it. I don't suggest this way, but this is an easy way. Where you just put the link inside of the button. And that's it. You have your first very, very flat and plain website. These simple tags that we're looking at, they are simple tags that are like building blocks. No, let's call it building blocks. Um, with just these four things, you got text, you got list, you got an image, you got links. I deleted the link. Um, Doing that, you can already build so much. No, with those things, you can already build so much. So, there's different things to do. Sometimes in file, you can go to autosave, uh, or simply save, and it will update the browser immediately as soon as you're done. Um, like as soon as you make a change, it updates. But that's not necessary. That's just an extra tip. So what have you learned today? You have installed your tools. You created a proper project folder. You wrote your first HTML file. And you build a live local website that you can open in your browser. What's the next step? Well, in the next phase, which is going to be another video, we're going to make this website beautiful, or as beautiful as we can using CSS. That's colors, layouts, buttons, shadows, and give it a real structure. So that's it with our video. I hope you liked it and see you next time.